Hello and welcome to the first of the Lasses Ledger vlog. Going to be fully transparent here. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. This isn't going to be a professional or well-structured vlog. It's going to be me winging it like I do with everything in life and seeing what sticks. But the idea is, doing little videos like this, maybe before games, at the games, after games, other little tidbits, and yeah, just kind of expressing my thoughts and opinions on things, as well as showing sort of match highlights and maybe interviews with other people, just so that people who maybe don't attend Sunderland Women's games get a bit of an idea of what it's about, and maybe give it a bit of a go. Currently I'm sat in my car, driving between visits because I'm at work, although I will just say I am stationary before I have anybody complaining. Looking very much forward to tonight. It's going to be a really tough and tight game against a very good side. I did watch Sheffield play Charlton on YouTube last weekend and was very, very impressed actually with the performance that Sheffield put in against what is the top of the table side. I think actually, to be honest, Sheffield could have come away with 3 points. I had two very, very good chances right at the final moments of the game. Kind of having watched that, I am a little bit apprehensive. However, after our 3-0 loss last week to Bristol, I'm hoping that the Lasses can bounce back and get a really good result. We announced earlier this week that we brought in 2 new loan signings in the form of Mara Griffiths from Manchester United and Cara Hamilton from Nottingham Forest, which adds some depth that we were maybe lacking a little bit, particularly because we've still got some players out with injuries or players that have just come back from having injuries and are being eased back into things. Not gonna lie, it is an utterly shite day here in the northeast. It has rained pretty much all week. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy. It's not the kind of game that you want to go and watch football in. However, most of us Sunderland Women fans are hardcore, and we'll still be there no matter come rain or shine or snow or anything else, in all honesty. A bit of a shame, this game was scheduled to take place at the Stadium of Light, but understandably, because of the rain, because the lads play on the pitch, there needs to be some maintenance work done. So the game has been moved to Eppleton tonight, which is a shame for some people who live in Sunderland and do struggle with transportation, because unfortunately they might not be able to go to the game anymore. But for me personally, I always prefer games at Eppleton. I just think it's not the greatest stadium and ground, but you know what, it has its charms, and I just like that I'm close to the pitch, I'm close to the action, I'm close to the players, close to the fans. It's all encompassing. When the atmosphere is good, it's bloody great. Hoping we can all kind of do our bit tonight to spur and cheer the Lasses on, and fingers crossed we can get a really big 3 points and I don't want to say kickstart our season because we're halfway through now, but certainly look to build some form into kind of what is the final stages of the 25-26 season. And start the weekend on a high as well. Nothing better than it being a Friday night, getting 3 points, and feeling like you can go into your weekend in really good spirits. So I'm gonna stop recording now. I've got work to go back to, and I'll catch all of you later tonight. I was gonna go straight to Eppleton from work. However, I've completely forgot about my season card, which is in my house, so I'm gonna have to finish work, drive back home, then to Eppleton to get in, because I could just pay, but to be honest, I've got my season card and I don't want to waste my money, especially because I'm still pretty skint after being away on holiday to Budapest. So yes, those are the plans. Finish my work day, head back to home to collect my season card that I forgot, and then back to Eppleton to support the Lasses. So I will catch all of you there. Hello there. So, finally finished my work day, which also means that I've finished my work week. So, currently driving home to get changed and to get my season card. Um, have a little bit of something to eat, and then head off to the Lasses game. Unfortunately, as the days continued, the weather has continued to get worse. So right now, it is pretty heavy rain. Um, Not ridiculously heavy, but it's that kind of fine, misty rain that almost seems to soak you through more than the normal rain does. So yeah, I'm not really one for coats and hoods and hats and things like that, but I think when I get home, that's certainly what I'm going to have to go for. Because I'm determined, despite the fact that it's raining, to stand behind the goal like I always do. I don't know what it is. Well, one, like I'm right by the fence, so I'm close to the action, but I don't know. I just don't like to sit in the stands and watch the game. Yeah, I like to kind of be there. So, despite the weather, yeah, I'm gonna put on a beanie hat. It's a How the Lasses beanie hat, so even better. Gonna layer up with a hoodie, with a waterproof. Probably double up on socks because I seem to do this every single time I go to a match day. That my feet are absolutely freezing, so I'm gonna double up on them tonight because yeah, no doubt it's pretty well. To be fair, it's four. My car's saying it's 4.5 degrees, but yeah, imagine later on tonight once it kicks off, it's certainly going to get colder. Haven't actually checked the weather forecast, so as much as it's raining pretty heavy right now, I have no idea if it's forecast to stop raining, or if it's going to get worse, or if it's just going to continue as it is. Fingers crossed, it starts to ease off, but I'm not optimistic. So yeah, driving home, gonna get ready, have a bite to eat, and then head to the match. So I will see you all in a little bit. Gonna do what one of the kids call a fit check. Don't know. Desperately trying to cling on to my youth, in all honesty. So here we go. Got Away the Lasses beanie hat. Gonna keep it nice and warm and dry. Then we have a 3/4 zip, which is semi-waterproof. And then underneath, and don't worry, it's not that kind of a vlog. We've got a Emily Scar hoodie. It says Scar will never tell you apart again. Wearing that tonight because I am manifesting an Emily Scar winner. And it's going to be a knee-side celebration. The mud's going to just keep her sliding right up into the barriers. And fans are just going to go crazy in the stands. That's what I'm manifesting anyway. So here's hoping. Maybe my prediction will work out. Who knows? Let's see. Come on, let's go. So I've come in from work, all sorted and ready to head off to Eppleton. It's about 5:30. Yes, the game doesn't kick off until 7, but I'm one of those people who likes to get there about an hour before kick-off, purely because I just enjoy watching the pre-match sort of warm-ups that the players do. I like to get my spot. I usually go and check some of the flags and make sure that they're all up, although in all honesty, I've ran out of cable ties, so if there's any of them that are a bit loose, they're going to have to stay like that until our next home game, unfortunately. But I was thinking to myself before, mainly because I'm hungry and I'm always food orientated, I was going to get some tea when I got on from work before the football, but because this is my first vlog and we're at home, I'm going to show you after the match one of the nicest places that you can get cheesy chips. Now, it's an absolute staple as a Sunderland fan, but I think even if you're not, they're just really, really nice. And this place in Hetton does, hands down, the best cheesy chips. Like, I'm yet to find somewhere that does it better. That's not to say that it's not out there. Maybe I need to do like a cheesy chip vlog or something and find the best one in the region. But it's about, I don't know, 300, 400 yard walk from Eppleton. Literally takes 2 minutes to walk there. And yeah, they're absolutely unreal. So after the match, I'm going to head there, get some tea, and yeah, show you these really, really nice cheesy chips. So in the meantime, I am going to snack on this Trek high protein Biscoff bar, which I know that doesn't sound very appetizing. The Biscoff does make it a little bit better, but I'm hoping that fuels me enough to keep me going until about, well, 7 o'clock kickoff, so we're talking what, quarter away, 8 o'clock, second half kicks off about quarter to 9. So yeah, until about 9 o'clock. And yeah, fingers crossed, I will be tucking into some cheesy chips on the back of a win and 3 points. So I'm gonna head off now. I will see you at Eppleton. So I'm here just about at Eppleton, and it is bloody awful, not gonna lie. You can't quite see it. It's not necessarily heavy rain, but it's that kind of misty rain that nobody likes, where you get soaking wet through. So yeah, it's nearly 6 o'clock, so here an hour before kickoff, but that's just the way I like it. I like to watch the pre-match warm-ups, and yeah, stay tuned. We'll get there pretty soon. So after all of that, get to the game. All day there's been posts, nothing about pitch inspections, nothing at all to insinuate the game was going to be called off, despite the fact I think pretty much everybody thought, surely this game can't go ahead. And wouldn't you know it, I've literally just got to the entrance and yeah, been told it's going to be called off. Nothing yet out on the socials to say otherwise. So yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be quite annoyed and frustrated about the decision, because I feel like this could have happened a lot earlier. You know, thankfully for me, I only live about 15, 20 minutes away from the ground. But I've actually just bumped into some Sheffield fans who've made the trip. So I really feel for them right now. Don't know whose decision it was. Don't know if, Sunderland and the groundsman were happy with the state of the pitch, and that the referee is come and he said no, not playable. Don't know what the decision is, but yeah, kind of frustrating because rushed around to get ready and get in from work, but as I said, people have got it much worse than me, who've travelled much further, and they're going to be, well, part of me wants to say they'll be disappointed that the game's not on. But in all honesty, I think it might be a bit of a relief for some people, because I don't think many people were going to want to come to this game, given how cold and wet it is. So, yeah, unfortunately, no match vlog. But you know what? All the videos that I've done today, I'm going to still post on the YouTube and get the ball rolling. And yeah, at some point you might be able to get to see it, a game here at Eppleton or the Stadium Light. And you know what, I'm here, I'm by my car, and I was just about to start driving home, but I do remember I did promise you cheesy chips, so I'm going to head there now. So despite the shit circumstances of the game being called off at the last minute, one good thing has come from it all. It is getting the best cheesy chips. I mean, unreal. To be fair, it's probably more cheese than chips, but that's just what I like it. Well, I'm back from the football. That didn't go ahead. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of annoyed because everybody all day has said, are you sure the game's going to be on? Are you sure the game's going to be on? It's like it's rained all week. It's rained all day. No mention of a pitch inspection all day. And literally just walking up to the gate and really sorry, but the game's being called off. I'm annoyed, and I only live 15 minutes away. I'm annoyed because I'd rushed home from work, and which in the grand scheme of things isn't a big deal. I know some Sunderland fans who live in the northwest who've paid for a hotel and travelled up. Sheffield United fans, I bumped into a couple outside of the ground who've travelled up. The Sheffield United players and staff who've all travelled there. It just, I don't know whose decision it was to call the game off. I'm not angry at the decision. I'm angry at the fact that it's been made an hour before kickoff when loads of people were on the way there. And also the fact that I was told at the gate it had been called off. So I posted it on our Sunderland Women's supporters group on Facebook, and it was still 15 minutes later till an actual post went out from the club to say that the game was being called off. Like, that's just not good enough. Like, that's an additional 15 minutes you can give people back to turn around, or to not get in the taxi, or not, to not get on the bus, or whatever it is. Like, as soon as it was known, it needed to go out, and yet it took ages. I mean, and I understand, because not that I was a social media manager for a big club, but when I was the social media manager of a non-league club, you schedule tweets. I get it, but it's the fact that the game had been called off. Nobody knew it had been called off, and then a tweet goes out in a Facebook post, in an Instagram post, saying, "Here's your starting lineup," before they've even announced the fact that the game's been called off. Yeah, really frustrating. But it's one of those situations where it's laugh or cry. Um, it is what it is. What's happened, what's happened. Yeah, I feel more for those who've made a very long trek and have spent a lot of money to come to the game. As I said, I think the majority of people knew the game wasn't going to go ahead very first thing this morning. I think we kind of all knew when the venue got changed. I think it was at that point it really should have been looked at as whether this game's going to go ahead. I appreciate there's probably been a lot of effort gone in behind the scenes to make sure that the pitch was up to par, but yeah, I think you've got to balance, between trying too hard and just accepting like that it's better in the long run for everybody if we just call this off now. So yeah, decision's been made, game's called off. Not getting to show you the first vlog of a match day, but hopefully you've enjoyed all these little tidbits of videos. Obviously we'll wait to see the news as to when this game will be played. We've already got a game in hand that we need to play for when our game got postponed against Durham. So yeah, watch this space, see what comes next, and yeah, hopefully the next time you see one of these vlogs, you actually get to see the game. Anyway, take care everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. How are the lasses?